When Mr. Hoskins said we were going to do Mary Poppins, I was daunted. I thought, why? That's a big show. It's a big show. It's the biggest we've done here. And then I read it, and I've seen the kids work, and I understand why. And I'll tell you about that. But when Mrs. Brown said, we need to do it at the Opera House, I also said, why? But it's a beautiful space. It truly is a beautiful space. What we have here in Sumter is special, and I'm very grateful that they're about to do those renovations. I think it's going to be really nice for all of us, but especially for Wilson+Hall going forward. So why Mary Poppins? I'm going to read you something that I read last night. It was written, I'll say his name directly because he's not here tonight, but head of school, Mr. Kneff, wrote this in fall of 2023. The item, published it, and it was about teacher burnout. And I think it can be applied to all sorts of burnout. Athletics, teacher, just your job, just humanity. And this is what Mr. Kneff said. He said, our soul does not crave social media feeds, that second piece of pecan pie, the next episode on Netflix, or limitless buffets. It requires adventure, risk, mission, and clear vision. That's on the soul and what it craves. Now, Mary Poppins, why, Mr. Hoskins? Well, the Banks family falls into the same bin a lot of us can sometimes. The Banks family is in turmoil. The dad is overworked and stressed out. The kids are downright rude. The mom, yeah, I hear you, bud. That's what we like to call an adult under construction. And the mom is doing everything that she can to hold the family together. And in that moment, they need magic, they need clarity, and they need adventure. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mary Poppins.
Happened before. A father, a mother, a daughter, a son. The threads of their lives are all unraveling undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as the strings you might use when you're flying a kite. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim chim.
Those little beasts have run away from me for the last time.
And who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me, that's who.
I've said my say, Mrs. Brill. I'm done with this house forever.
Well, good riddance then. And maybe don't stumble on your way out.
Where is she going? What on earth am I going to say to Mr. Banks?
What is all this commotion? Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain, whilst I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Coat. Winifred, you've engaged 6 nannies in the past 4 months, and they've all been unqualified disasters.
A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool.
He's a stalwart our children would gain. by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane. Briefcase. Umbrella.
If only we could find someone like your old nanny.
Few women alive can manage Miss Andrews' standards of efficiency. Besides, we could never afford someone of her caliber. Now, place an advertisement in the Times stating that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
Father, we've written our own advertisement.
What on earth?
Please, George, I think we should hear it.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no warts.
That's the part I put in.
Play games, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and fairly pretty. Take us on outings, give us treats. Sing songs, bring sweets. We won't hide your spectacles so you can't see.
Put toads in your bed or pepper in your tea.
Hurry, nanny, many thanks, sincerely, Jane
And Michael.
Banks.
That is quite enough Tommy rot for one day. Now will you please go to the nursery and let me get to work?
They were only trying to help.
It won't help anyone to make me late. That's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, are all your domain. Whilst I remain the sovereign,
In the suburb of Cherry Tree
Good morning.
yes.
I've come in answer to the advertisement.
What advertisement? We haven't placed any advertisement.
Now, let's see. Play games, all sorts, which I most certainly can. Take us on outings, give us treats.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
Oh, none at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But so, take it up with Mrs. Banks. She manages all that side of things. Nothing domestic has anything to do with me. And oh, don't forget the references.
I make it a rule to never give references.
Oh, I see.
I'll see the children now, thank you.
Oh, of course. You'll find that they're very nice children. Now, this is...
Mary Poppins. Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Best foot forward. Spit spot.
Mrs. Brill, we have a new nanny.
She passed her interview then.
Or I did.
A very tidy nursery, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Britt.
Me, I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If there's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Now, first things first, I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
Mary Poppins, how could you know what we wanted in a nanny when we made our list?
Your list? I'm not an item in the weekly shop, thank you very much.
But how did you come then? It was as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought, a noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome...
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, and untidy.
I don't believe you. Let me see. What about your measurements, Mary Poppins?
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bounds. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Now, perhaps you have a few questions.
Not temperamental,
Never.
not grouchy or gruff.
The very thought.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss?
Or have objections to playing with us?
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this. I like games, but I choose them.
That's not fair!
I didn't say I was fair, I said I was practically perfect, and here's my aim. By the time I leave here, you both will be the same. You'll be practically perfect.
Practically perfect.
We will be practically perfect in every way. Best foot forward, spit spot.
Chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a screever, and as you can see, a screever's an artist of highest degree. And it's all me own work from me own memory. Stay right where you are. I'd know that silhouette from anywhere. Mary Poppins!
It's nice to see you, Bert.
Well, I must say, you do look swell.
He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Have you met these two, Bert?
I've seen him running about, chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called A Walk in the Park.
Some game? I'd rather eat spinach.
Come along, Bert.
No, you can't come with us. You're too dirty, and we don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you take a walk with Mary, you go to places you've never dreamed of. All that it takes is a spark. That something as plain as a park becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, sunshine bright.
You do talk nonsense, birds.
Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the door.
I haven't the faintest idea.
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
You've enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Come on, you two.
Boring, just like other nannies thinking parks are good for us. It's just statues, ducks, and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing it to spite us? We could lose her for a lot. Perhaps it's all a plot. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the park.
What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know. Take a walk with Mary, anything can happen.
Well, who are you?
I'm Neelis. I waited half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this. Each man out with his dog will stand a clock to see our statue take a gentle jog.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light. When the day is gray and ordinary, Mary makes the sunshine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around her. The daffodils are smiling at the door. When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love. No wonder that it's Mary that we Jane, did that really happen?
Yes, but how?
Mary Poppins, of course.
But how did you make it happen? Anything can happen if you let it. Mary Poppins, how long will you stay? We'll see.
You won't leave us, will you, Mary Poppins?
I'll stay till the wind changes. Now, run along in. Jane and Michael want to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Oh, Daddy, we've had a fantastic day. We sang with the busker and danced with the statue. You wouldn't have approved,
If you knew
but...
that, then why did you do it?
Daddy, could I have a kite? A proper one.
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
Now when would I have time to do all that? Now will you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites.
I used to love flying kites when I was a boy, but my nanny, Miss Andrew, soon frightened it out of me.
Is it out of the question to do without a nanny?
Don't be absurd. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming along?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd sending out invitations to people I hardly know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends you shall be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends.
Winifred, I'm only thinking of you. Now, are you going to say something to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well, but just make sure she's doing things our way and not hers.
Winds do change, tides can turn, sink or swim. See what you learn. Me, I was told when I was small, just learn a trade. So I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim cheree.
Mrs. Brill, what about the cake?
It's just out of the oven now, and it's too hot to be iced. Or touched, for that matter.
Are you quite sure you know how to ice it?
Quite sure. And in case you're wondering, I haven't been replaced by the fairies for total nincompoop.
All right, I'll just go and check the drawing room then.
I'd like to be helpful. And I'd like to be rich. But Destiny thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room. She says you can tell Roberts and I what to do.
Does she now?
Please, Mrs. Burrow, I don't mind, honest.
All right, I'll give you one task and one task only. Put the icing tools next to the cake. Do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. I swear, a traitor in the tower was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Michael, why don't we make the icing?
Because we don't know how?
Don't be so feeble. Get the eggs in the flour.
Are there eggs in icing?
There are in mine. Roberts and I, bring me the cake.
It's ruined.
What have you done? Robert's not. Robert's not. Oh dear, should I call for a doctor?
I don't think that would be necessary, ma'am. Children, you know how important my party is. You deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime. Oh, I don't think we should wait till then, ma'am. Why not go up and get changed? We'll clear up, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it. You can't make me.
In that, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
But it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
I'm not sure I care. Open.
Lime cordial.
Now off we go, you two. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane.
I told you she was tricky.
Must we? Can't Roberts and I do it when he wakes up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll get through a lot of staff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game, and every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake, a lark, a spree. It's very clear to see that a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, the medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Oh, my point exactly. sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Right yourselves, please. Spit spot. Up we go, Roberts and I. Mary Poppins, you're a miracle worker.
Get them to do it.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. In a most delightful way. We'll be off now, ma'am. Come along, children. Best foot forward. Spit spot.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Apparently these came in this morning and Roberts and I forgot to give them to you. They're regrets, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming, none of them.
Oh, do you think we chose the wrong day?
No, ma'am. I think you chose the wrong people.
In the most delightful way.
Mary Poppins, where are we going today?
I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
That's not a game. Did Daddy agree?
If he did, you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me, putting ideas into other people's heads, really.
Decision in order, cogs in a wheel, opening a ledger, closing a deal, prudent investment, financial sense, a perfect ray of sunshine, round ceilings and pence.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. Thanks. A word. I see Herr Hustler's coming in today. Have you made your decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Be sure it's right one.
Every transaction, credit or debt, sheets are all well balanced, targets are met.
Banks, what objections can you have? My security is more than adequate. Latin America's an expanding market. Have you no courage?
But Mr. Von Hustler, what I haven't been able to grasp is what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money. But I wonder, making money out of money, is that really enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker?
Assessing the market, limit the risk, let's forever, business is brisk.
Have you come to your decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on you.
I know that.
Give us this chance. The fact you could be running in weeks and expanding before the year's out. Please, Mr. Banks, I'd give it everything I've got.
I believe you, Mr. Northbrook, and I've tried to find a way. But how can I be sure that the money will be safe?
What about my workforce? They'll make it safe. My men have dreams to earn an honest living. wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook, but I...
Hello, Daddy!
What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see that I'm busy?
No, we're done. And no man should be too busy for his own children. What are you here for, young man? Have you come for some money as well?
Hardly. What need would they have for money?
Well, it's never too early to learn its value.
I know the value of this. 6pence.
No, that's its worth. Its value's in how you spend it. Do good, and may you have good luck.
And what do you say to Mr. Northbrook? Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
When I was a boy, I would never have dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Yes, and my nanny, Miss Andrew, kept me out of my father's way.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them more than once a week.
Then who kissed you goodnight, Miss Andrew?
Certainly not. There was no time for hugs or kisses or any of that soppy nonsense.
Poor Daddy.
When you invest the bank's money, what are you looking for, Daddy? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I should say a good idea, but a good man is much rarer and much more valuable.
Come along, children.
Mr. Von Hustler, I've considered your arguments, but I'm afraid my answer is no.
So, don't recognize a good idea.
Perhaps not, but I recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Aaron Banks.
A man with dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Mr. Northbrook, when exactly could the new factory open?
Thank you, sir. You won't regret this.
The birds, 2pence a bag, 2pence, 2pence, 2pence a bag.
Look, there's that horrible old woman.
Don't point. And for your information, she's not in the least horrible. But she's just a bundle of rags. When will you learn to look past what you see?
Early each day to the steps of St. Paul's, the little old bird woman comes. In her own special way, to the people she calls. Come, buy my bags full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them you care, and you'll be glad if you do. The young ones are hungry, their nests are so bare. All it takes is 2pence from you. Feed the birds, 2pence a bag, 2pence, 2pence, 2pence a bag. Feed the birds, that's what she cries, while overhead her birds fill the skies.
Here, one bag, please.
All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sails her way. Although you see them, you know it's time. Each time
Her words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you. Feed the birds, 2pence a bag,
Hello, kids.
Hello. We're off to Miss Corey's talking shop. Care to join us?
Talking shop? Who's Miss Corey?
Who's Miss Corey? Miss Corey's older than anyone in the whole world. She talked to William before he went conquering, Vlad before he went impaling, and Alexander before he went so great.
That's impossible. Anything can happen if you let it.
Well, if it isn't Mary Poppins with Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us?
And how's poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks? Your father? He used to give his nanny the slip and come into my shop here in secret. He used to love my gingerbread stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversations.
I'm all out of conversations and right out of words, too. Oh, but I do have some letters.
Now, what words can we make?
Routoplex.
Lapitophorus.
Those don't count. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can always use the same letter more than once. Now, let's see. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word. And unless I'm very much mistaken, I think it's a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation keen. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
But it doesn't mean anything. It can mean exactly what you want it to.
When Stone Age men were chanting, simply prodding would suffice.
Though if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had rules like this. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis. Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis. Yeah! Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. You know you can say it backwards, which is so codalized, sexist to the guy for the creepus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well. Then put them in order, which is very hard to spell.
S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D-O-C-I-O-U-S
Smarty pants.
S-U-P-E-R
C-A-L-I-F R-A-G-I-L I-S-T-I-C-E-X-P-I-A-L-I-D-O-C-I-O-U-S S-U-P-E-R C-A-L-I-F-R-A-G-I-L-I-D-O-C-I-O-U-S Here we go!
Supercalifragilistic.
George, why on earth are you home so early? Is everything all right?
No, everything's all wrong. After I refused to loan the bank's money to some German chap, he went to our chief rivals. They gave him the money, and now it looks set to be a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
That is exactly what they expect.
Supercalifragilistic.
That is more than loud enough. Now will you please go to your room? Mary Poppins, you are here to teach our children manners, and just look at them.
George, you're tired. Mary Poppins, perhaps you could keep the children occupied in the nursery tonight.
That's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and we're shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and rotten and I hate him.
Jane, take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father. Mary Poppins, please take the children upstairs. George, if you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry, you will. I've been suspended without salary until they decide what to do with me.
Twists and turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. The bad-tempered faces had better change quick, 'cause if the wind changes, the face might just stick. Chim chimney, chim chim, chiree chim cheroo.
Why does Daddy get so cross?
Fathers are supposed to look after their children, not yell at them all the time.
Maybe, but have you asked yourself who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Sometimes families are upside down. For a while, anyway.
I don't want to live in an upside down family. I wish I could run away.
Why don't you?
But you'd miss me.
No, I wouldn't.
That's all, you two. Now, into bed. At once.
Oh, Mary Poppins, I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful what you wish for.
Don't you ever stop?
You should govern your temper, or your temper will govern you.
I'm sick and tired of your stupid sayings and your stupid games.
Just get into bed.
Well, I won't go to sleep, and you can't make me.
In that, as in so many things,
your information
is faulty. Playing a game, having a ball. Those who won't play shan't play at all. When we meet again, maybe when they've learned to play the
Where the smoke is all billowed and curled, between pavement and stars is the chimney sweep's world, where there's hardly no day, nor hardly no night. There's things half in shadow and halfway in light. On the rooftops of London, cool, what a sight.
Joining the sweeps tonight, are we?
The best view in the world, eh? Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiree. A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo.
Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Or blow me a kiss,
Bert.
and that's lucky too. Oh, you're going then?
The wind has changed.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothering with them if they weren't? But I can't help them if they won't let me.
So?
So they've got to do this next bit on their own. Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them for me.
It's gone.
Gone.
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written in this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the games. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French. It means till we meet again. Now for the last time, won't you go to bed?
Nowhere is there a more happier crew than them what sing chim chim chiree chim chim. Chim chimney chim chim chiree chim chiree.
But who's to know exactly what it's bringing? Good news or bad, happy or sad, the pendulum keeps swinging. A gentle breeze that moves the trees becomes an icy blast. The warmth has gone, they struggle on, and now 6 weeks have passed.
Mrs. Brill, is the nursery tidy?
As tidy as I can make it, ma'am. Seeing as how for the past 6 weeks I've had all the work to do looking after the children ever since she left, and now I've got all the work to do making the house ready for her to come back.
If you knew how hard it was to track her down.
Really, ma'am? Fancy that.
Mrs. Brill, it is her, isn't it?
Well, I don't know who else.
The note says, till we meet again.
George, dear, you're going to be surprised.
Winifred, you know very well I hate surprises.
Oh, George, I do believe you'll be very proud of me. Hurry up, everybody. I want her to find everything. Spit, spot, spick, and span.
Spick and span.
Our sense of excitement is hard to contain.
Wonder is returning. Someone is returning to Cherry Tree.
Good morning.
The Holy Terror!
Miss Andrew, it's so lovely to meet you at last. I do hope you had a good journey.
It was thoroughly unpleasant. Where did George go?
Oh, he had an urgent appointment.
It's not much of a house, is it?
We like it.
Then it doesn't take much to keep you happy. Look at the dust. There and there. Filth.
Now, just a minute.
You must be the children. Pity. I don't suppose you know who I am.
Yes, we do. You're the Holy Terror.
Impudent boy! Why aren't your stockings black?
I don't like them.
Tut! What manners! I can see there's not a minute to lose. These children have been spoiled. I've arrived here just in time. By chance I brought the punishment that best befits the crime. Brimstone and treacle and carbolic soap, these are the tools of my trade. With spoonfuls of sugar, you don't have a hope of seeing that changes are made. Open.
Does it taste as bad as it smells?
Worse. Open. Your son will go to boarding school at once. As for the girl, I shall take charge of her myself. I won't stand for whining or whinging or whimpering,
show me to my room.
I'm disappointed. Truly I am. I thought it was going to be her with the umbrella.
What are we going to do?
The only thing we can do, run away.
Whoa, whoa, what's the matter? And who's after you?
The nastiest nanny in the world.
Is she really as bad as all that?
She looks like something that would eat its young.
Miss Andrew was Daddy's nanny.
Which explains a lot.
Poor Daddy. Ever since he stopped working, he just sits and mopes. Mary Poppins used to say he needed our help. But now it's too late.
Oh, I wouldn't say all that. I tell you what, how about we start things off with a bit of a shake for good luck?
Why would shaking hands with you give us good luck?
Didn't anyone ever tell you it's lucky to shake a chimney sweep's hand?
Michael, look! A real one! What's the matter? You've always wanted to fly a proper kite.
I've always wanted to fly one with Daddy.
Of course you have, but you need to know how it's done. Get some training in, and you'll make him the proudest father in the whole bloomin' empire. With tuppence for paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight with your fists holding tight to the string of your kite. Do it. Pull one more time.
I'm not a sardine in a tin. And where are your coats?
We didn't have time to put them on.
Because we've run away.
Have you indeed?
It's been so awful since you went away, and now Miss Andrew's come, and Daddy's ruined, and we never helped him like you wanted, and...
Oh, my eye, but your life's a tragedy. Now, let's go home. And don't dawdle.
But she's there. She came this morning as a surprise for Daddy.
Did she? Well, maybe I'll be a surprise for her. Hello, Bert.
Welcome, Mary. You're a sight for sore eyes.
You really are. Welcome back, Mary Poppins.
Aren't you going to shake Bert's hand for good luck?
I don't need any luck, thank you.
like that, you stupid boy. You stay there and clean the grate. Again. So, decided to come crawling back, have you? Who are you?
Poppins.
Mary Poppins? But you left without notice.
And I've come back without notice.
I see. And what do you expect me to do?
Hack.
Hack! You insolent young person! How dare you speak to me this way? Brimstone and treacle, my favorite liquor, that will make runaways stop. Impudent children respond so much quicker when forced to drink every last drop. I brought up their father.
Well, that I don't doubt. You must be so proud at the way he turned out.
A shining example, a pillar,
a post. They all have their problems, but him more than most. I recognize fully that you are a bully who views cruel deeds as a perk. Well, now here's a catch, because you've met your match.
Brimstone and shriek,
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Brimstone and shriek,
Just a spoonful of sugar. Brimstone and shriek. Once. There, that's given her a taste of her own medicine.
Mary Poppins, wherever did you come from?
Michael.
Michael, Jane, you're very naughty to go running off like that, and I should be as angry as anything if I weren't so pleased to see you. Where's Miss Andrew?
She's gone.
Gone? Why?
She didn't give a reason, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am. We found this one wandering in the park.
George?
Good night, ma'am.
Where is she?
Miss Andrew? She left. George? Mary Poppins is back.
Is she? Well, I wonder if I might have a word. Mary Poppins, things have not gone well for us since you left us, and I...
About my wages, sir. If you don't mind, I won't take any just now. I should prefer to let them accrue.
But if you only knew how many payments are accruing as it is.
Now, I must get started. Jane, Michael, spit spot.
Come along, darling. After so many years of good service, you make one wrong decision. What's the worst that can happen?
Winifred, if I'm to be dismissed by the bank, we will be destitute.
We'll still have what really matters. The children and each other.
Is that locket new? What's inside it?
A portrait.
Whose?
You'll know when the time comes and not before.
You are going to stay this time, aren't you?
I'll stay till the chain breaks.
What chain? Where?
Let's wait and see.
Uncanny nannies are hard to find.
Unique yet big, unspeakably kind.
You're practically perfect.
And yet I'm sure there's still room for improvement. A few games more.
And where else should a chimney sweep be?
The world is awfully big, isn't it?
And what does that tell you?
They were awfully small and unimportant.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Not us so much, but our troubles. They seem so big down in the nursery, but up here...
That's more like it. Troubles are never so big when you look at them from a little higher up. Chance to get it right. Don't it seem a perfect crime? Don't it seem a shame when the steps aren't going as smoothly as they might? That's we step in time. That's we step in time. Never need a reason, never need a rhyme. That's we step in time. Think you're of a step in time. Think you're of a step in time. Never need a reason. And always remember, there's plenty of folk ready to help you should you need them. Back to the nursery.
Back to the nursery.
What's all this? What is all this?
Time to go now. Good night, Governor.
Not so fast. To the nursery. Jane, you too. Mary Poppins, would you be good enough to explain?
First of all, I would like to make one thing quite clear.
Yes?
I never explain anything. Come along, children.
It's finally happened. The chairman wants to see me at the close of business tonight.
Tonight?
I might as well face it. In just a few hours, I'll join the ranks of the unemployed.
Are you quite sure?
Quite sure. So I'd better start making some plans. Well, I never. So that's where I put them.
What are they?
Gingerbread stars. I hid them once from my nanny, Miss Andrew. I used to think that when I grew up, I'd learn everything there was to know about the stars. It's funny. I haven't thought about all that in a long time. I'm not usually sentimental.
It's good to look back sometimes.
It's that Poppins woman. She's responsible for all this.
I know the person. What's that thing she's always saying? A spoonful of sugar, that is all it takes. It changes bread and water into tea and cakes. A spoonful of sugar goes a long, long way. So have yourself an healthy helping every day. Well, good luck, Governor.
Thank you, Bert, and good luck to you too.
Do you remember when we came to the bank?
Yes?
We were each given a sixpence and told to spend it carefully.
Excellent advice. What did you buy with them?
Nothing yet. And now we've decided to give them to you.
I suppose Mary Poppins put you up to this.
She hasn't said a word about it.
We thought a little bit of extra cash might loosen things up for a little while.
Good night, Daddy. We do love you, you know. Mummy, Daddy's really worried, isn't he?
Yes, he is, but always remember that he loves you very much, and that's far more important than jobs or houses or anything else.
Are you going to the bank with him?
I'd like to go, but I'm afraid it just isn't possible.
Mary Poppins says anything is possible.
Do you really believe that, Mary Poppins?
Anything can happen if you let it. Sometimes things are difficult, but you can bet it doesn't have to be so.
Changes can be made.
You can move a mountain if you use a larger spade.
Anything can happen, it's a marvel.
You can be a butterfly
or just stay larval.
Stretch your mind beyond fantastic. Dreams are made of strong elastic.
Take some sound advice and don't forget it.
Anything can happen if you let it.
If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we've found a whole new spin. If you reach for the heavens, you get the stars.
Feed the birds, sir. Only tuppence a bag.
I would take it as a great favor if you would kindly feed them for me.
Thanks. You turned down a deal that was bound to make millions, and we want to know why.
Then I'll tell you. I refused Mr. Von Hustler because his scheme was hollow. He told me about assets, profits, and growth, but there wasn't a word about people. I apologize for ruining the bank, but I will not apologize for understanding that there are more important things in life than making money.
My dear chap, Von Hustler's scheme has ruined our rivals in the nastiest scandal since records began. We don't want your apologies. We're offering ours.
Oh, my word.
Oh, and another thing. Do you remember giving a loan to a fellow called Northbrook? Well, he's repaying it and opening 2 new factories. With the percentage you negotiated, we look set to make a fortune.
Oh, my word.
Look, that's just it. We'd very much like to know how you did it. Just give us the word. Be quite safe with us.
Give you the word. Give you the word? I'll give you the word, all right. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic expialidocious.
Forgive him! Forgive him! It's not his fault. It's all because of his nanny, Miss Andrew.
The Holy Terror? She taught me everything I know.
Well, now's your chance to forget it.
It's all right, dear. I made the bank a fortune.
Really?
As a way of recompense, we'd like to offer you the position of senior manager at a salary of double.
Exactly how much has he made for you?
Triple. Quadruple your present rate.
Close your mouth, George. We are not a codfish.
Well?
I accept. But you must understand one thing. From now on, my family comes first.
Agreed?
Agreed!
Winifred, I'm afraid I've underestimated you, dear.
Oh, George. Anything can happen, it's official. You can choose the super or the superficial. Sally for the way we're steering. Obstacles start disappearing. Go on, chase your dreams, you won't regret it.
Anything can happen if we let it.
I love you, Mary Poppins.
You are a fine boy, Michael Banks, and one day you will be a fine man.
Oh, Mary Poppins makes me so anxious when you talk like that.
Like what?
Oh, gentle and kind and not a bit like you. Be cross again, Mary Poppins. Do be cross.
Is that the thanks I get for all the trouble I've taken?
That's better.
Now, to bed with the both of you. Go along. Spit spot. Yes, Bert.
Well, goodbye then, Mary.
Goodbye, Bert. Look after yourself. With every job when it's complete, there is a sense of bittersweet. That moment when you know the task is done. Though in your heart you like to stay to help things on their way, you've always known they must do it alone. There, practically perfect, and I hope it remains so.
It's Mary Poppins' locket. Oh, the chain's broken.
Don't you remember? I'll stay until the chain breaks. What's inside?
A picture of the three of us. She signed it. From Mary Poppins, with a good deal of love.
Where's Mary Poppins? Gone? How peculiar.
She'll be back. Now, what do you think of this?
It's the best I've ever seen!
Could we fly it together?
Oh, Daddy!
Mary Poppins won't be coming back. She's gone forever.
My dear, how could you possibly know such a thing?
Because we don't need her. Not anymore. And other families will, won't they, Daddy?
They will.
I wonder if she's right, George. And we really could do without a nanny from now on. What do you think?
I think you better dance with me.
George, this is serious.
Look, a shooting star! We should wish on it!
Oh, I think we can do much better than that. If you reach for the stars, all you get are the stars. But we found a whole new spin.